Okay, we're going to go over inline MDI. Our Ballard system, you'll see here, has an MDI port built right in. So this is for flushing the catheter. So you'd use a saline bullet, pop the cap off, put that in here, and then hit your suction, and that would flush that of any secretions that are built up in the catheter. But over here, you'll notice this goes right in line. So you just pop the cap off, and there's your port. It goes right in line. You take your inhaler canister out. You're going to plug that right in here. And then you got two places here for your finger. It's important, as with MDIs in general, to time everything properly. So you're going to wait until inspiration begins. As soon as it begins, you're going to actuate by pressing in. So you just press, wait for a few breaths. If you're using an albuterol or a short-acting beta agonist, you're going to wait a full minute before doing your next puff. Do your next puff at the beginning of inspiration. Remove your canister. Cap back on. Make sure that you clean this. So have some alcohol swabs ready. Once you come off, you're going to clean that. Done. Swab off your canister. Put it back in the actuator, and you're done. We're next going to go over the Briggs adapter, or the T-piece. This is pretty handy. Pop this off. One of the big considerations about doing an inline small volume nebulizer treatment is breaking the circuit. So what this allows you to do, you'll see here that there's a spring and there is a seal inside of there. What this allows you to do is to put this in line, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. But it allows you to put it in line, and as when you're done with the nebulizer, the spring comes down, seals off the circuit, and then you have your cap here that you put back on. Now, I showed you the MDI using the Ballard here, but also in some facilities you're going to find MDI adapters that look similar to this, but it doesn't have this long T-piece neck. It's more of a tube, and I'll show you, I'll be able to show you when we get some stuff from the lab. But there is an area at the top of the T where you would plug your MDI into, and then you just fingers down here and you'd squeeze and it would actuate. It doesn't look, it's not like this, but it does fit in line like this, and it has a little very short T-piece that comes off that you would use for the MDI. Here we are with the Briggs adapter in line. You have your Ballard, T-piece, HME, and your patient Y. It's very important to understand that you never put any sort of, whether it be a small volume nebulizer, whether it be an MDI port, whether it be an ultrasonic nebulizer, you never put that on the patient side of an HME. If this was over here, every breath that came through, that medicine would be getting mostly filtered out by that HME. Now you'll notice in some facilities that they put like the Aerogen small particle generators back at the active humidity canister, which is fine because that makes such a small particle that it doesn't fall out of suspension so easily. This, however, with a regular small volume nebulizer, creates a lot of larger particles, and we want to make sure that we get that as close to the patient as possible so that we don't run the risk of knocking most of those particles out of suspension just because of basic airway resistance and turbulent flow. All right, so here we go. So we got our piece in place. We're gonna pop this off. We're gonna plug this in, and you'll notice this piece right here. As you push up on it, get this thing out of the way. As you push up on it, it moves that piece up, and it opens this valve that's right in here. Let's show you that again. So there's your valve that opens up, and the valve closes. So as you push the small volume nebulizer in, the valve opens up. Turn your flow meter on, 6 to 8 liters, and you'll start to see the nebulization mist in your circuit. You always want to ensure that you're seeing that that mist in your circuit. All right, when you're done nebulizing, you're going to bring this out of line. You're going to take alcohol swab. You're going to clean all of this, and then sorry about that, you're right back in with the cap. You have closed valve, closed circuit, you're done.